Alright guys, we're back. We got some more Fire Emblem heroes, and today we got these two remix banners here for the Seiros remix and also the Dagger remix. Now, these were both pretty good remixes as far as the updated skill goes, because Seiros ended up picking up the Attack and Res Scowl skill, and then Dagger ended up getting Hexblade, which was pretty good. Attack Speed Hexblade. Both pretty rare skills for the most part. There's not too many units that have access to those. So it was really nice that they decided to toss those onto these units. Hopefully the remixes in the future are going to also come with relatively exclusive passive skills like that. So for our Seiros remix banner, we have Seiros, of course, Saint Seiros. Now her refine and remix I think could have been a little better, but she is definitely serviceable now, and of course her new passive skill is going to be premier fodder for your other dragon-type units. So she's not an awful unit to be summoning, but she is a defensive mythic hero, so getting merges on her isn't necessarily a good idea. And then we have, of course, the Arcane Plumeria, who she is color sharing with. Very awesome color share. This is one of the better Arcane heroes, of course, being a flying-type unit and also being a dancer. So giving her stuff like Firestorm Dance and Rock Slide Dance and Guidance 4 and Soaring Guidance and yada yada yada. Those are going to be awesome skills for you to pass on to your other units. So great unit to merge up, and also her weapon is pretty good too. Her weapon I think is better than Arcane Reinhardt's Blue Tome. So she still has access to the better of the Blue Tome inherits. Okay, then on red we've got Legendary Roy and Legendary Ike. Oh my god, what do these people have against red? Why do they hate red? That is so bad. That is disgusting. Oh my god, I want to throw up looking at that red. Okay, then on green, we've got Thrasir, and then we also have Legendary Celica. This is also not so great, honestly. I mean, back in the day, Thrasir and Celica were like the two best green tomes. Nowadays, what do we got? Freaking Duo Leon, who's just the menace of the game right now. So, I don't know. I mean, this one's a defensive mythic hero, so again, like we said earlier, not the craziest to go for merges on, and her upgraded remix skill wasn't the craziest either. Just attack and speed ideal 4, not so difficult to come by, or even all that meta anymore. And then on Celica here, she is worth getting merges. I guess she's a pair-up legendary hero, so she scores a little bit higher with the BST increase, and then you can use her for allegiance battles as well. But also, not the craziest in terms of remix fodder here. Swift Sparrow 3, Attack and Speed Menace, no. No, sir, not anymore. Okay, and then finally for this banner, we have the Colorless Pool, which has the Legendary Alm, who I think is still a competent unit. He's not so bad as a player phase bow option. And he is color sharing with the Legendary Grima here, Legendary Grima, or Fallen Robin, whatever you want to call her. This unit has definitely seen some better days, so yeah, man. Outside of blue, I think blue is really the only thing you should be hitting on this banner, and even then, I don't think it's all that worthwhile, because, like, getting merges on Seiros isn't the best thing to go for, so it is what it is. Okay, so we get a Naui there. Was hoping to get a random Plumeria, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we head over to the Dagger banner, and this one is actually really good. There's a lot of good stuff here. So, of course, Dagger comes with Attack Speed Hexblade. At this moment, she is the only other unit that has it besides Legendary Yuri, because they decided to be that guy and give Feebale, or Favel. What did they give Favel? Speed and Res Hexblade? That is so unacceptable. How are you going to give him an adaptive damage attacking skill that doesn't raise attack? That is so disgusting. Like, what's wrong with them? Why did they do that? But not only that, though, not only is her remix passive really nice for fodder, this Dagger just shot up to, like, top tier status, like, one of the best, literally one of the best units in the game. Because now when she does the ally support, she's giving Pathfinder to whoever she is ally supported with. So we were seeing a lot of Pathfinder lines this round for Summoner Duels. Everyone was basically running the exact same team. Like, Pathfinder, the Captain Seal, and then you run either Wind Tribe Dagger or this Mythic Dagger, and then you have her support, like, whoever, and then you just Pathfinder in your Duo Leon, and then that was pretty much it. Everyone was running the exact same team for SD. So, there you guys go. Very good unit there. And she is color sharing with the Arcane Sonia, also a really good unit to pick up. She's a pretty solid nuking unit. She's got a great AoE potential here with her weapon. Arcane Caliburnus is still the only Arcane Green Tome at the moment, and it's solid enough. And then for fodder, she's got Attack and Res Ploy and Escape Route 4. But you can also give her a lot of other stuff too, like Flare, Magic Null Follow-Up, Occult Strike, and things like that. So a very excellent unit here for Arcane Inheritance. Then on the red pool, we've got Mirabilis accompanied by Plumeria here. So actually, they did a pretty good job on red this time. So, of course, Mirabilis being a defensive mythic hero, that's okay. Chill, Defense, and Res is her remix skill for fodder, and it's okay. You can still get some mileage out of Fortress, Defense, and Res as well in instances where you're trying to go for visible buffs for your defense. But, I mean, these dancers are pretty solid, to be honest. What does she do again with hers? Nullifies foe bonuses as a status effect. And then she debuffs the enemies. She doesn't give anything else, though. I would have to check her remixed weapon to see what that is. I know she inflicts flash, and she has, like, a guaranteed follow-up. They turned her into a fighter, of course, like all these other dancers with the refine, but not the craziest here, though. She is a decent dancer. She's a flying dancer, so you can give her, like, Guidance 4, Soaring Guidance, Soaring Echo. Maybe not Soaring Echo, because she has an exclusive dance skill, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, you can give her a lot of good fodder, Firestorm Dance, Rock Slide Dance, and so on and so forth. She can be a nice support option, but merges for defense mythics, not the craziest. Although, merges for offensive mythics are another story. These are the units you want to get to plus 10, and Plumeria here is a very solid option. I think she's actually my favorite dancer in terms of what her effects do, because if we look over here, she's giving a guaranteed follow-up and Hexblade to whoever her target danced unit is. And running her with the Winter Edelgard for Astra Season offense is really cheap, because then Edelgard gets adaptive damage, and she gets the guaranteed follow-up, and she's already doing all the things that she does, like double fire tiles, also setting up like easy gale forcing and things like that. It's just really cheeky running Plumeria with that Edelgard. So I think this particular Plumeria is probably my favorite dancer right now as far as like the effects she's granting on her dance. So that's really good. And then for fodder, she's got Attack and Res Hold. Not really that great for her refine and remix, but I mean, this is a unit that's good enough for merging up and also using. Then on blue, we have regular Peony here, who is also still not a bad unit to go for merges on. She's an offensive mythic hero, and she is another flying dancer, so that's also good. Accompanied by Legendary Tiki. Unfortunately, this one is not so good. Take it from a guy who has her at plus 10. She has seen better days for sure. And then finally, on colorless, we have Duma, and he is color sharing with Legendary Leaf. Legendary Leaf, I think, is still pretty good for Allegiance battles specifically, because he's a pair-up Legendary hero, and he's one of the rare, like, gale-forcing range-type units. So you can get some decent mileage out of him in there. But for arena score, his score isn't really going to be high enough anymore. Certainly not in comparison to recent Legendary heroes, so I wouldn't recommend going for the plus 10 on him anymore. But if you already had it, then it can be valuable. His fodder, Joint Drive Attack, and Attack Res Push, not really all that great anymore. And then Duma, he can still be kind of useful because he does have Upheaval, which is essentially just a second catapult for your defense teams. So if you're trying to snipe the enemy's safety fence out of nowhere, then maybe you get lucky with Duma and the catapult and you got 2-line coverage. But other than that, there's really not much to say about him. His fodder isn't that great. Fury 4, there's like a million ways to get that. And then Bold Fighter, that's literally a seal right now. So on this banner, I would say definitely the focus is on green, and then I would say the backup is probably red, because you've got at least 2 Mythic Dancers, even though I don't think it's worthwhile to get merges on Plumeria, or Mirabilis rather. It's still better than Tiki, right? I would say that much. And then Peony's good, but Tiki, eh. So let's go ahead and hit green here. Hopefully we get lucky. I would take either Dagger or Sonya here. And that is not either, but that is exactly how you expect those to go. So that's going to wrap us up for these summons, guys. Let me know in the comments section down below what your thoughts are on these units here and these 2 remix banners. And if you're going in, hopefully you guys are going to have some good luck if you do. But I would also have to say, do not summon on these banners, because I think it's next week we're going to be getting the Hero Rises banner, and that's just going to be way better if you're color sniping on green. You're going to be able to get access to much better fodder, much better units for usage, but maybe not necessarily for getting a +10. Like, over here, I think it's worthwhile to go for a +10 maybe on green on this banner, because, like, Dagger's still an offensive mythic hero, and then getting 10 copies of Sonya would be pretty juicy for the amount of units you could deck out with fodder. So, like, this is a banner where getting a +10 on these guys could be more valuable, but if you're on the Hero Rises banner and you're pulling, like, a million copies of Attack and Speed Prime 4, no quarter, and Peony for all the shenanigans you can do with her attune skills and all that stuff, I think you're going to have way better value over there. So, once again, that's going to wrap us up for this video. This is your boy Tacho signing out. So, take care, fellas. I'll catch y'all again on the flip side.